I esteem a pleasure to announce and introduce the Worrell brothers of Massachusetts, right here inside the ride. Holla. What's happening, fellas?
Good, man. Thanks for having us on here.
Absolutely, man. It is such a pleasure to be able to have both of you on at the same time. Now, I know.
I think this might be. Is this our first?
Oh yeah.
It might be the first.
It might be the first double interview.
Oh, look at that. We setting trends over here.
We saved it just for you.
There you go.
A lot of people about to be mad right now.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't mind. I don't mind people being mad. I like making folks mad, as I mentioned. So I know a lot of times when y'all go and you jump in front of a microphone, it's all political talk, right? It's about what you're doing and what you're not doing and what you better do. And I told y'all, this is not that kind of show. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna enjoy ourselves. So, we're gonna put the political talk on hold because my man Ray Royale hates political talk. When we have folks come in here, we start talking politics, Ray take off his headphones and he just walk out the room. He's like, I don't want to be in this conversation.
That ain't
right, man. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we have Brian Worrell, Boston City Council. And we have Chris Worrell, who is Massachusetts State Rep.
Yeah.
And I don't know, are there any other brothers that are like in politics that are holding seats at the same time like you guys?
Right now in Massachusetts?
Anywhere. I've never heard of it though, is it? But I don't know. You would know.
I mean, we do have a history in Boston.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah?
You have they have the bowling.
You have the Bowlings.
Okay.
You have the Arroyos.
The Royals.
Okay.
You also have.
He's already leaving. We're talking politics. My man's out.
Now that you have gotten into politics, what is regular life like?
This is what it is. Like I don't know if they can't see, but I brought my family because
I
within the zoo trips, within lunch and dinners. You heard us arguing who's paying for dinner.
Yeah. And listen, that was so organic. It was beautiful.
It's still spending time with the family, being a part of community, and also doing stuff like this.
Okay.
And having that balance of being a part of community, making sure I have a 9-year-old son that needs my attention. I have a 1-month-old daughter and a 7-year-old daughter.
Okay.
So I'm in the thick of things.
Okay.
So creating that balance and being there for everyone.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
No, and I would just want to just give out a big shout out to our families because it's like they're being so supportive of us in our new roles. So them being able to adjust to the new normal is something I'm just so thankful for because without their support, a lot of this a lot of the work that we're trying to push forward doesn't get done. So just big shout out to the family.
So who's older?
You already know who's older. You know who's older.
That's a great question.
You already know who's older.
You know who's older.
Oh, don't hurt nobody's
Listen,
feelings.
look who got the grays.
See, now you gotta point it out. But
sorry, brother, embrace him.
And at least it was a question. That's how older guys gotta act. If you asking the question.
I'm gonna start wearing a T-shirt with both birth certificates. Brian's older.
Yeah.
Okay. Brian is older.
He does not like that question.
But it's not a real. It's a real older. He is older, but it's 3 years, so it's not like a 10-year difference where you can see the difference. Right. It's only 3 years.
Right.
So when I was a freshman in high school, he was a senior. Yeah. So he was always watching over me, making sure I was doing what I need to do.
What's your background? What's your nationality?
So mom and dad are from the islands. Mom is from Jamaica, and dad is from a little island called Barbados.
Yeah, we got the same mom and dad, so I don't need to answer. We really brothers.
I swear I would not have guessed that. I swear I thought you both were Cape Verdean.
Oh, yeah?
I did. I thought you were Cape Verdean. Yeah. I don't know why.
I don't know where that
I don't know.
I can see the Jamaican. I can see the Bayesian also.
I represent the largest Cape Verdean population in the city of Boston.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the Cape Verdean Association of Boston, like the actual building, is inside of the district. So we do a lot of work with the Cape Verdean community. And in terms of representing, I probably represent like the third largest Cape Verdean community or the second largest Cape Verdean community in the city of Boston. So we do a lot of work with Paulo de Barros, the whole Cape Verdean community. So that could be it, right?
Yeah.
We're always
Okay.
we actually came back from a gala
Yeah.
that the Cape Verdean community put on last night, where they honored and recognized the 40 under 40.
Yeah.
A lot of young people, rising stars within the Cape Verdean community.
But I am an honorary Dominican and an honorary Cape Verdean.
And I feel like when you're living in Boston, you just become an honorary
Everything.
You know,
Yeah.
because you know when you're especially in my district, 'cause you have Phil Corner, Little Saigon, right, and then you have one of the highest densities of Caribbean people around Carmen Square, and then you have down by Grove Hall, the Black Mecca. So when you're representing Boston and you're living in Boston, you just become an honorary any culture.
No, but I'm really an honorary.
Nah, you can't even, you don't even know how you say hi in Spanish.
¿Cómo está la vaina? ¿Qué lo que?
Is that right?
You
I don't know. I
Like,
don't know.
That's like the slang way of saying it.
Yeah, it did sound kind of slangish.
We're gonna have to ask any rider out there that is Dominican. Let us know.
Yeah, we gotta get the fact check.
And listen, y'all jump in at any time, but I gotta know this, right?
Uh-oh.
The
Don't fall into
two
the
of
trap,
you-
y'all.
No, there's no trap here. I told them this was gonna be a nice interview. This is gonna be a nice one. So listen, but I gotta know, like, both of you are in office at the same time. This is amazing. To me, it's a beautiful thing. For black people to be able to see, black people in positions of power and of influence. It definitely shows that this can be done. But here's the question:
Okay. Yeah, I feel
was
like
this a
I
competition between the two of you? Did you guys come? You said, "Look, I'm gonna get in public office first. I'm gonna get in there too." And did y'all just kind of, or was this like, how did y'all get into this political game?
So my background was always the State House. I
Okay.
liked how the State House moved.
Okay.
I like how you could legislate, allocate, and do constituent services. So legislate is making sure that we have laws. Allocating is we have a $58 billion budget every year. We have about 200 legislators, 160 from the House of Representatives and 40 from the Senate, and everyone's pulling from that $58 billion.
Okay.
I love that. I love,
Okay.
it's relationships building. You got 160 people that, you got to maneuver with and try to make your baseline. That's what I loved. I love the hustle of that, the prestigious of the building. It's a gold dome. It looks beautiful when you walk in.
All right.
I loved everything about that.
All right.
And-
Well, at least I know where the money's at. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, no, and for me, it was always about education. I'm a small business owner and did in corporate America. I worked in different accounting departments. So for me, through my small business, throughout my life, it was just always how to educate the community, uplift them, and just invest in them. And I think through local government, we have an opportunity to do that, right? Show people that local government can work, educate them about the process. And I think it's like it's people's first interaction with government. Like, you call your local city council for your schools in your district, your police department, your fire department, your streets that are not being paved. It's where people start to gain belief into the system, and it's the way that people can start changing the system. So for me, it was just always about how do we change the system, how do we make it to uplift our community and just educate more people about the system. So
why'd you pick City Hall?
Yeah, 'cause I feel like it's like the initial contact of government that people have, and it's the one that people can relate to the most, right? Like your state rep, right? They're a little bit more far removed than like on the ground. Like I said,
Sound
it's
like
the
a
schools. It's not. It's the truth, right? Like when, like,
hold up, he got the gold door.
Right, it's like stay out there.
Right. You run into your school teachers almost every day, right? You run into your BCYF centers every day. You run into your police department every day. Like none of that is state government, right? Those are all local government places. So I think it's your first interaction, and I think it's the place that people can change. I want to say the easiest, but it's your first, step into getting into local government. And I think it's like the way that you can make the biggest impact and the most tangible impact. Because the things that we do in local government show up for you on a daily basis. If I paved your street today, you're gonna notice that, right? And that could be done by a phone call that you paste into your local government.
Okay.
We talking about highways for the the state reps and the state senators. Like how long it take to get your highway done over, and how many phone calls, how much money, and like what's the real process?
Who helps you fund?
No, it's not a competition. I
didn't even ask the question.
We don't want to go down the road of competition. But
well, look how he said it though. He was like, well, "Who helps you?"
but that like, cause when I walk around and knock on doors and I hand out my pamphlet, like people start saying like, "Oh, I don't believe in government. Our vote doesn't matter," and it's like. It sure does. Like, believe me, like the people who call my office and they call over and over and over again, and they call every other council's office, like those are the people that, like, things are bending into their way, right? So it's like that is, I think, the most impact we can have as a people, and it's like wanting to get people to actually start to realize their power and educate them on their power and how they can move things.
And that's one thing. Brian ran first, so when we're knocking on doors, we're hearing government doesn't work. You guys get in and don't show back up in community. Then I went a year after Brian. It's the same rhetoric. Kitchen table conversation. How can we change that rhetoric? We decided to open up a constituent service-based office right next to Vaughn's Fish and Chips on 5 Erie Street.
Okay.
12 to 6 every Monday through Friday. And we're always there, from unemployment issues.
I just want to say we're not
always there.
There's someone,
Staff is always there. Staff is always there.
there.
Put it like that. The door is always open.
People show
I was
up.
about to
People show up now like,
about to pull up.
They ain't never here.
They was about to pull up.
okay.
Like, they all did lying on the radio talking about they was here. They ain't always there.
Exactly.
So staff is always there, and from unemployment issues to speed bumps to I need my passport, my loved one died in a different country, everything you can name, we had walked through that door. From like, I don't even know how many cases we had walked through that door within like a year and a half of us opening that office.
Or even like your ideas. Like there's people who come to us with their ideas, and we try to bring their ideas to life, whether it's like a policy idea, a basketball tournament.
Who do you see when you see policy?
Say it again.
Who do they come see when they see policy?
I mean, like, I'm trying to think. Like I might have passed. I actually might have passed the most policy on.
But your biggest policy, who would it have to come to?
But I originated the policy.
Look at Marv's enjoying this.
We got a caller on the line. Let's see who this is. Inside the Ride.
Hey, what's up, Walt Weezy?
What's up, Walt?
Not much. Hey, that's not a random question. I was just listening and stuff like that. Who's responsible? Is it the city or the state about these traffic patterns and bike lanes and all that stuff now in the streets and stuff like that?
That's a good question. It depends on what street, right?
Yeah,
it does depend. Yeah. And I think the other part is also like federal government does play a role in it as well. But majority of the streets in the city of Boston and the reconfiguration of streets fall primarily on the city. Some of the ways that we get influenced to do things is based off of grants that the federal government issues or the state might be issuing, right? And I was just encouraged because I definitely voiced my opinion on how things should be changed. But I just want to encourage everybody on this that's listening is get involved into your civic groups. Every neighborhood has a civic group, And what the city does is go to these civic groups to talk about their changes, right? So whether we're changing a street or a whole corridor, what they do is they bring the engagement to these civic groups. And sometimes these civic groups are not filled with people, right? I think on the average, like the largest, on the average, we're probably having civic groups anywhere between like 10 and like 30 people. So the civic groups that just need more input from the larger community, right? And I want to just encourage people to not only get into those civic groups, but when we see these conversations like coming up, whether it's on Blue Hill Ave, American Legion Highway, because these changes don't happen without a community meeting and a conversation that you need to attend, you need to write in, and you need to bring somebody with you from the community so that more of our ideas from our community and our perspective is getting wrapped into the consideration.
I figured they hold these meetings, but they already made these decisions. They're going to do it, and then are we voting for this type of stuff?
It's not a vote, but I do think, and I 100% believe that they point to the numbers into making right why they go behind this decision. Because what they take is survey, or we heard from X amount of people in these community groups that said this. So if that is not as loud as what people are saying, then they're going to point to the numbers that are saying like this is the direction. That's what I'm saying, right? Because it's part of those surveys is happening in these community meetings and these community groups, or they're going on, or they might just go on the bus to do the surveys, right? So I think that we need to be more vocal. We need to attend more of these meetings, and I'll say the other part is your elected official email address is public information, and also like all of our chiefs. The city of Boston has probably like 60 different departments. Those 60 departments fall under a chief, and those chiefs make the calls for those departments and sometimes the direction on how a cabinet is going to operate. So for example, there's a chief of streets, right? So he makes the call on a whole bunch of transportation issues or reconfiguration issues.
Or speed bumps.
Or speed bump issues, right, exactly. So if he's hearing from the community, right, that will be another a point of, I guess, input that he's getting from, right?
So somebody in the community said we need more speed
Yep.
bumps.
Exactly.
A lot of people.
A lot of people were at that meeting.
Yes.
And there's not enough people who disagree with
Exactly.
the speed bumps
Exactly.
to be at that meeting, and that's why
Exactly.
we have so many.
And that's why we can get 500 speed humps a year.
I know it's a big conversation now is Blue Hill Ave. They've tried to put Blue Hill Ave into perspective for years now, having a middle lane bus lane for years. They shot it down back in.
Plenty of times.
Yeah. But now we've been stopped going to the meetings where everyone's talking amongst themselves but not showing up to the meetings. Talked to my dry cleaners. He was like, the meetings are too early. They try to have meetings 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Even you could write in and email the chief of streets. We don't want this. We don't want this. Together, when we come together, we could stop a project if we really feel that way, or we could, make a project go through if we really like the project. But they need to hear from community before making a move.
When we share our experiences share our experiences, what happens is that they take those experiences and then they come to us with a solution, right? Where I think that we should be doing more of is coming to them with the solution, right? Instead of just sharing our experiences, because they're gonna take our experiences and say, oh, this is what you guys asked for. This is what you guys want. This is how we're solving, right. The speeding problem. This is how we're solving the pedestrian safety problem, right? And they're gonna point to their solution on solving everything that you asked for while you're sharing your experiences. But I think that we know what our solutions we want. Instead of just sharing our experiences, we should share our experiences and also share with them our solutions.
But you guys gave a good point though. Strength is in numbers. If you don't got the numbers, then what can you do?
Absolutely.
I want to shout out Marv real quick. I think it's something that I heard Marv say every time we have political people on. it's doing shows like this, coming on
Yeah.
more often, letting people hear and know what's going on. You explaining where you're at, then the more you do it, because most people come through when they're in the trenches. You know what I mean? And then when the trenches is done, it's like, I won't see you until next time.
Right.
I think it's to Ray's point. What's important is just for us to know what you're doing. So we hear all the time what would be helpful to the community if the community knew what you were doing. I'm sure that you guys have heard people say that you're not doing anything, you haven't done anything, or you're not doing enough. But if there is a platform and an opportunity for you to be able to say, quarterly, hey, these are the things that we've done so far, this is what we're working on, then it kind of gives people, that information so that they know what's really happening.
So we both have a newsletter that we share out.
Newsletter. You can follow us on Instagram as well. Vote
Social
Worrell.
media,
But I think these conversations are so important to our community. Black
Absolutely.
media is a crucial part in getting the word out. This is still a medium to the community. So you let us know, Marv, and we're going to try to make this as part of our yearly schedule as much as possible,
or even quarterly.
We could do it. You let us know, and we're going to try to make it out here. I've taken on different positions inside of city council, and as my brother gets into his years into the state house, he's gonna probably get into leadership. So with our new roles, there's different responsibilities.
Right.
So now I'm responsible for the budget, right, of the whole city, which is at $4.6 billion, and that could go. That's the conversation that I need to bring more to the people, to educate the people on that process and how they can lend their voice to shaping, what is your tax dollars, right? On shaping, how we're moving and what policies and what we're implemented. Because if I'm not bringing that to the people, then the budget is really not of the people. So I want to make sure that I'm doing more of that, and this is a way to do it. So it was my first year doing it, but I want to make sure that we're incorporating media next year.
Don't you have a campaign manager, right?
Yeah. So
shouldn't they include this station in your campaign?
It's included.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's included. It's added in.
So who's more popular on social media?
He is. I looked at it a couple days this morning. He has about, I think, 7,240. I'm like, who does this kid know? This morning,
who's more comfortable
I
doing
was
public
surprised.
speaking?
He is.
Who's more fun?
He
is. I look up when he speaks. I don't even want to speak after. We be in events. He speaks, and I'm.
That's not true. He always has to go after me.
Oh, this is brotherly love.
Yesterday at the gala, he told me
because I knew what I delivered for that community, and I was like, "You're gonna want to go first because I'm about to drop the mic."
Oh.
I can dig it.
So, any other time, it's when he goes, I'll be like, I ain't got nothing to say, but I just piggyback up what my brother said, and boom, 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 boom. Like he plans. I'm more of a look around the room. Okay, I see Marv. Okay, let me size up the room. But he plans, and he's a better speaker. He might be Are you fun? What do you do in your fun time?
I guess I'm not. My younger brother don't think I'm fun.
I want to know because when earlier before we got on the air, we were talking about dinner. I just want to know who's buying dinner tonight.
He has to.
He
has to. I mean, we had this conversation with you last time I bought dinner, and it was for the family. I mean, all those people in that room.
Right.
That's who I bought dinner for.
I'm not even.
And if anyone been to Empire, I bought dinner at Empire. Exactly, my man. And all we asking him for today is some sandwiches.
Come on, Chris.
Exactly.
He wants lobster rolls. He wants lobster rolls.
He said he downplayed the lobster roll and said sandwiches.
Come on, Chris. Get the lobster rolls.
Let me tell you this, right? As a state legislator, we make about $60,000 a year, right? Ask him Guess how much city councilor makes?
See, I don't want to give y'all a secret, but you gonna make me give y'all a
It's
secret.
public.
It is
Go ahead.
public,
It's
but
public.
they have a secret over there at the State House.
Okay.
So they get
They got golden doors. They got some secrets over there.
they actually get stipends too.
Oh.
Exactly. Exactly. And then on top
Hold
of
on,
that,
hold on, hold
I was
on.
about to start giving
Hold
out
on.
the secret.
One stipend is if you live like 20 miles away from the State House, you get a stipend. I live in Dorchester.
But it
Okay.
scales
It's not
down.
20 miles. It's 3 miles.
Yeah, but you scale it. It's scaled down.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. And
It's
then
20, period.
And then on top of that, I think it's
So
you get
we passed.
see?
And this is why more black kids need to get into politics, okay?
So one of the dopest things that, and it's important to have state and city. I love the dynamics of it, and so he passed the homeroom petition, bringing over 200 liquor license to Boston, meaning 02124, 02119, 02126, and so on.
All right, Brian, showing off.
Yeah.
Shine
So-
a light on them.
Yeah, so he got that passed unanimously in City Hall, but liquor license
That was needed.
Yes,
Definitely.
but didn't stop there, Marv. Liquor license, you got to get it from the state.
Unfortunate.
Okay.
Now,
So wait, are there still
flexing.
licenses available?
there's about to be. So
Okay.
so when that bill homeroom petition came up, I grabbed hold and passed it. So now we have, it's in the Senate right now, but it passed the House, 205 liquor license for. I love to say black communities because when you look at all the zip codes, that's where it's at, and you have a couple going to East Boston, which is highly Latinx
Hispanic.
community. Yeah, so it's for our community, and that's
Okay.
what I want to say. And this is what it means to have state and city on the same side, having the same ideology and black and brown economic empowerment, empowering our people to do great. Because we have so many to-go restaurants that's been striving for 20 years. Now, if you give them a liquor license with that, a full
Right.
bar,
Right.
oh
right.
my God!
Yeah,
We seen the numbers that it doubles
Right.
what you actually make on the yearly basis. So now it's more sit-down restaurant. You talk about who's buying dinner. We
Right.
walking to eat instead of
Right,
going to
right.
Fenway, going to anywhere else. We're gonna be walking in
Absolutely.
community, sitting down and just enjoying and pouring back into our community.
And I just want to give a big
Beautiful.
shout out to all the state reps. I just want to give a big shout out because we all work to get this done, and I think them buying into the economic empowerment that is going to do for a community. I just want to say I'm very much appreciative of all their support to making this happen.
I definitely can appreciate having you all, having Liz, having Julia, the folks that are really on the ground, positions of influence and positions of power to help make the community better.
Do you guys try to get out to like public events a lot?
Oh yeah, if I show you my schedule, I got like on top of events. I seen we talked at
Dee Dee's Cry.
Dee Dee's Cry.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Then right then I had to go to another event, and I got 4 committees I'm on. So I'm on the education committee. So I might be called to like Lexington for Minutemen Tech to look at their vocational school, then look at Madison like
Right.
Right.
what's going on. Only elected state rep on the education committee in the state, and just seeing other schools and be like, we're missing something. Like
Right.
we gotta fix it. It's a lot. It is truly a lot. And you can ask my wife. She'd be like, what time you coming home? Late
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
I don't know who did it, but they were trying to take John D. O'Brien out of the area, and I heard we're going to be able to keep it,
Yep.
which I think is super powerful for our children, because that would have been another
It
tech
was.
school
I agree.
that we lost, right? And
Yep.
our kids really couldn't compete with having to go out to West Roxbury. So I don't know who was a
Yeah.
part of that, but we
one of my
appreciate it.
favorite city councils voted no on that.
Yeah, no, there was a
Was that you?
to move it.
Yeah,
right.
he
We
voted no.
We voted in support not to move it from where it is. So I think that we heard loud and clear, not only from the O'Brien family, but a lot of community people just saying like the impact. Having a school in the middle of the city that's so in close in proximity to the hospitals, to higher institutions, helps with learning, right? You can go from the O'Brien and just walk to Wentworth. You can literally walk to Northeastern or just catch walk to Brigham Circle with all those hospitals. And it's like those are the internships and those are the, atmospheres and exposure that we want our kids to be exposed to. So the proximity played a huge role, but also just Roxbury being Roxbury and being one of the black meccas in the city of Boston. Keeping it there is so important just to the culture and the history of Roxbury.
Yeah, and you talked about going in community. One thing I like doing is bringing community to the State House as well. So many people have never even walked in the State House. My first day at the job, getting sworn in, my dad was here for like 40-something years when he migrated from Barbados, and his first time walking in the State House was my first time being sworn in.
Wow.
Yeah, so people don't have that experience. Another thing, we had a breakfast of 212 phenomenal black women at the State House. Then put their poster up. If you look down Blue Hill Ave, all the women you see posters up. That was something that came from us and Grove Hall Main Streets and honoring black women. We had an incredible breakfast, and some of them were like, I've never been in the State House, but they put in the work for our community. So I like doing both ways. I like being in community and also bringing community inside, because if you walk around, they don't look like us. Yeah, they don't look like us. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's the whole beautiful point of this conversation. You know what I mean? Because I think you will bring people closer to you, and people will start to trust our own.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and the more and more that you guys are out in the community and you're getting closer to people and, coming to stations and talking and people being able to hear with you, they're going to rock with you.
Yeah.
Again, I hear people come through here all the time and they give the, but I could feel the energy.
Yeah.
That's how most times I'll be into the conversation, and then sometimes I'll be like, because you can tell when someone's being authentic and being real.
Right.
Like you can tell. You can tell my man's saying, I genuinely like doing this. You can look on his face and go, he genuinely likes doing that. I will say, fellas, this is a record. I ain't fell asleep in this conversation right here. So thank you.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, one thing that I love too is just to see people grow into their power. Right, so we have a guy. Shout out to Cut to Fit, Omar, over there at the barbershop. He's trying to start up a men's group, right, inside of Common Square, just to get more black men involved in the community.
Okay.
So our role is to do whatever we can in order for him to be successful, to educate the community.
Right.
Because we can't be. I mean, none of us can be anywhere at all times.
Right.
So we need everybody doing their part in their role into making Boston a better place, right? So,
Absolutely.
so it's like, how do we, work with him, connect him with the resources, educate him, so that he's now, educated other people to do the same.
Right.
So he started the men's group. I believe they meet once a month.
Once a month.
On
Sunday.
on a Sunday inside the barbershop.
And if you go there, you
and we're
get a
just
free
kicking
cut.
it.
If you go, you definitely get a
Barbershop
haircut.
Oh, that's cool.
This
Cut
is our
to
Norfolk
fit.
Street
Needs
Cut to
his
Fit.
Yeah, cut to fit.
Yeah, that's
Right
cool.
on,
Yeah.
So it's like, and it's like, we need that in Common Square. We
Yeah.
need that in Grove Hall. We need that in Mattapan Square. Yeah, we need that all across the city, right? In order to, when we woo, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's time to go. It's go time, right? We
Yeah.
all speaking the same language. We all saying the same thing, so we can really put that black and brown agenda together.
Yeah, and another thing, having the office, there's this young gentleman that came having baby mama drama issues and all this stuff, and he used to just come and say, "Hey, Rep, what can you do for me? I'm back on child support. I'm on this." Then, one of my first calls, I'll never forget this call. This guy just got out of jail. He served 25 years. He had 7-8 kids. And he said, IRS reached out to me and was like, I owe $450,000 on back child support.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
how you gonna pay that? He was like, I can't. Like, I can't even get my license. I
Right.
can't get a passport.
Right.
I can't get nothing.
not
Now it's
right.
like, it's not right because he was down for so long and they're still holding it over your head. So,
Right.
you know, with all those conversations, next session, I'm proposing a bill on it's gonna be a Father's Child Act Care Act. You know, making sure that all men have an equal say in their child's life. Because you know, Massachusetts always goes to the other side.
Right.
No,
Sure.
yeah, they always look at the women and be like, you know, you're right, you're wrong, boom, boom, boom. So we're drafting a bill, and the who initiated everything, both of them, they were like, we could do this. I was like, yeah, this is what I'm here for. This is what it is. Creating bills, creating laws. I was like, it's not gonna pass tomorrow.
Right.
It's gonna take time to get buzz, and you know, might be tweaks to it, but it's gonna pass as long as you're willing to put it in. It's gonna happen. The bill has like a Cinderella license component to it. If you know, if whatever time you're working, because when you're on a permit, you can't drive past 8 o'clock, whatever
Right,
it is,
right.
So having a Cinderella component to it, person needs to get to work at around this time, and you know, if he or she, if he's driving beyond this time or before this time, you know, that's on them. But he needs to get to his job. So you know, Cinderella license component, and also a false allocation component as well, because hearing stories, some you know, baby mothers can be very devious, and even if it goes to the courtroom, it could just get a little shaky, and they still take a side. So having a component on you know, what happens when the judge finds out that everything else is a lie.
Right.
You know, what happens to that? You know, historically nothing.
Right.
This bill has an aspect of you know, some repercussions to it. Yeah,
Some accountability.
exactly, accountability.
You know, with the work that I do outside of the radio station, I have a nonprofit, 365 Dad. We work with men, and it's important that the men out here be recognized and that they are not overlooked, because you know, there are programs for mothers, there are tons of programs for kids, you know, there are tons of programs for women, but and there's tons of programs for boys and girls, but there's not very many programs for men. The men, you know, carry in our communities, the men carry a lot of influence to, you know, the boys and girls growing up. And if we could put some focus on getting the men right, I believe that things could change within the communities that we live in.
But
You
do
know?
they want that?
And the piggy-
No
And see,
offense
but hold on,
to
pause
y'all,
right
but
there.
do
No,
they
no,
want
no. You're
that?
not gonna say that. You're not gonna say, but do they want that? We're not gonna take that negative standpoint. Yeah, they do want it, but they don't have it. There's
Okay.
no one giving them a chance. So
I don't mean
when
the
I have,
fathers. I mean the system. Does the
well, I
system-
don't. Well, yeah, okay. Then that part, okay, I may have to agree with you on that. But
Yeah.
the men, you know, I know that when I do the Nurturing Fathers program, and we get these guys in the room, a lot of them don't want to be in the room. They feel forced. And once they come in and they understand what the program is, then they're more receptive. Once they see me in the front of the room, or one of my partners in the front of the room, someone that looks like them delivering this information, they become more receptive to hearing it and to learning. And I've seen so many men turn, you know, their parenting practices around because of the information that we've delivered to them.
It's the resources, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't even know that they have those resources. So,
Yeah.
when they be able to hear it and know that they have support too. One thing that I have to shout out my manager for saying, giving me this advice. To use your voice, and you guys are using yours, right? You guys are influencing the community. Men, we don't do that.
Yeah.
We don't do that as much like the women. Something goes down, there's bad women or whatever. They're reaching out, they're talking, they're doing this, they're doing rallies. All this is going on. Guys, we're kind of like, it's on your shoulder. You know what I'm saying? You're not speaking about it. It's kind of like how we grew up in the black household. Like, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing outside of this house.
Right.
We got to get past that.
Yeah.
We got to talk more.
I
We got to
agree.
let people know how we feel.
We got something like
Okay.
But also shout out to Frank Farrell from the Black Male Advancement.
Okay.
There's a Black Men and Boys Commission that meets the first Wednesday of every month. You could go online to see where the meeting is, either at the Bowling Building, the Bruce Bowling Building, in New Bean Square, or Vine Street. But that's where we're having these conversations on what investments, what programs, what initiatives, what system changes does the city need to do for Black men and boys in order to thrive here in the city.
Man,
of
this
Boston.
conversation is so dope, man, because
Yeah.
again, most of the stuff that y'all said, I didn't know anything about, and I feel like I'm a singer in the community, so like I'm always at events, I'm always doing stuff. So just to get this knowledge, man, again, if I didn't have it, it's about
No, it's a lot.
there's a lot of other people that don't have it. You know what I mean? So this is cool.
We're gonna make this quarterly for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to backtrack for a second. So for the restaurants and businesses, mom and pop shops out there that are interested in the liquor license or wine and beer license that's coming down the pipeline, what do they need to prepare for, or how do they find out what they need to prepare for so that once something hits, they're not behind the curve
so-
amongst all the other residents that are gentrifying
awesome.
the community that will probably be prepared once this drops, right?
I've been
What do they
going.
need?
That's a
I've been
good
going
one, boss
throughout
lady.
my
That's a good one.
throughout my district, telling people, asking them if they're interested in, like, apply now.
Right.
Just be a part of the queue. And I say this too. Google is everyone's best friend. So if you say City of Boston liquor license, how to application, it'll pop up. I tell people to apply now just to be a part of that queue.
Right.
Because when it drops, they're not going to go to Marv, who's still working on his application. They're going to Boss Lady, like, you've been in the queue for a couple months, and they're
Pull
pulling
you
from the
through,
queue.
right.
Gotcha.
Exactly. So
Yep.
I tell everyone, apply now. If you want it, apply now. Historically, to buy a liquor license, you have to buy it on the black market for $600,000. These liquor licenses are at cost, which is like $1,500-$1,200.
What?
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
I was waiting for you to say 16.
Right. I'm like,
Yeah.
for real.
It's a couple of
Wow.
hundreds of dollars.
I'm
Then
about
you're
to
in the
apply
game.
right now.
You're
Just
in
so
the
that you're in
game.
the queue.
Yeah.
We need that for the heat. We need
Yeah.
that.
I believe and I know it's going to do incredible things. And I look at a restaurant in my district. I don't know if you guys went. We might have to go there today. Comfort Kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh, now he's
yeah,
willing to buy.
definitely.
Comfort Kitchen. Just by them getting a James Beard Award, New York's top 50 newest restaurants. And I look at everywhere else. Not to say that they're not. They got incredible food, but now putting food with sit down establishment, liquor license that brings out, healthier options.
Right.
Now chefs are getting real funky with it. So I'm thinking more James Beard Awards are happening in Dorchester, Roxbury, Hyde Park, and so on.
Now our neighborhoods
Yeah.
become more of a destination, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Right?
Amen.
Because
When you-
now all
when you-
that tourist dollars
Exactly.
Right.
start coming down here. Like, no one really travels
To Dorchester.
for a takeout place.
Exactly.
Right?
See, that's I'm glad you guys are saying that, man, because I feel like that's where we have the most trouble, like in the
Yeah.
city. Like nobody wants to go to certain areas. right?
Exactly.
And it's like if you got a beautiful place where people can sit down, eat, and have a little something.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's gonna attract more people there.
Exactly.
It's gonna attract more people.
Yeah.
And we
Right.
know, we
the
already know
Phantom
where,
Gourmet, they need to come to Dorchester.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
where the best food in the city's at.
Best
You
food
know?
in the city. Best food in the city is right here.
But also too, there's studies that have shown that when small businesses and locally owned businesses start making more money, they start to reinvest in the community.
Right.
Right? Not just into getting more people hired, but to the church, to that field, right? To the local organizations,
to Urban Heat. Let's get we got sit down rate. I need a commercial. So everything
Right.
everybody
Because
eats.
everybody's
Yeah.
making more money, right?
Yep.
So I think
Yep.
it will just start injecting more money in the community that we'll start seeing play out in so many different ways.
That's y'all into sports.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So,
I'm
so
not-
y'all had y'all championship gear.
Of course.
Of course.
Okay.
I watch basketball. My son's a diehard. He loves basketball. Playoffs start It was the Suns versus the Timberwolves. I had a great conversation with my brother. He was like, the Suns are going to kill the Timberwolves. The son looks at him. You crazy? I was like, Brian, you be watching basketball? And you see what happened. It was a sweep. We went to the championship. I'm not going to say my favorite city council had some doubts.
I thought it was going to be, I mean.
He thought it was going to be closer than what it was.
Did y'all really think Kyrie was going to be?
I mean, Kyrie's never won in Boston like that.
Yeah, but I mean, do you think he was at that poor of a
I remember
finals?
It was game 3.
He's trying to make you go.
No. I was never gonna. I was saying Boston in 5. Honestly.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
but
what I was saying from the beginning.
I thought
But the
Kyrie was going to be better
He
than,
was like,
than that.
You ever seen game 3, Kyrie? He was going crazy.
The last time we saw Kyrie in the finals,
Right.
He
But
was going off.
that was a different team. With
Yeah.
He was going
younger
off.
legs.
He was going off.
Yeah.
I'm
You know
very
what I'm
happy.
saying?
Very happy for those.
We needed
those guys.
that.
Yeah.
We hadn't won since what 08.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So
And
But
one thing-
I also feel like
Oh,
that,
here we go.
that is also I feel like we're spoiled as Boston fans.
Oh, we are.
Yeah,
We are.
because like
Definitely.
we haven't won since 08. Like there's some teams that
Never
haven't
won.
what nothing.
Right, like,
Listen,
right, we're like
listen.
10 years is too long.
Listen, we the city of champions, and we hold that proudly. You serious?
Yeah.
I'm excited about the West because the West is going to be a bloodbath. You have Denver.
Right.
Now you have the Mavs. You have you got a whole. You don't know what the Lakers are going to bring. The Lakers just signed DeMar DeRozan.
I don't really like
okay.
that. I don't like that move.
The target is on the
and you-
Celtics' back.
exactly.
Now because they're like, okay, this is how they did it, right? They hired in 1 and 2, so now we got to go get us some 1 and 2,
Yep.
and then we got to go get us a, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I still think Porzingis is always gonna be that
The X
factor.
factor.
Yeah.
He's gonna be that X factor. He's gonna be that one that if he's healthy,
Right.
they're going
No,
to the
it's not-
championship.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm a basketball fan too, but I'm a Celtics fan. But I wanted to see like a Damian Lillard, Giannis, the Bucks, Celtics. I wanted to see. That's what I wanted to see.
I mean, the Bucks is always is always going to be in the conversation, man. And you got the Knicks coming up. The Knicks are coming.
The Knicks just picked up somebody, right?
Yeah.
I'm a believer of the Knicks, but not a
got-
big believer.
Not
They
yet.
got-
Not yet. They're coming up.
They're coming up. Yeah.
Indiana still got their head in.
The Knicks just got someone.
I got to look it up, but you got Philly still. I mean,
got
Philly
looking
got
good
Paul
now.
George.
you know, so
That's
that's a
crazy.
good look.
But Paul George hasn't been Paul George since he left Indiana.
It's true.
Right.
When was the last time you had such a relaxed conversation like this? On radio,
On radio?
or TV or
It's
just
never been this relaxed.
No.
Never.
I don't like going on TV because I'd be like, cameras, lights. You'd be like,
It happened fast.
it happens too quick. You
What
be-
did I just say?
Exactly. You gotta be like, hold on, I need to edit that.
Live TV. Ain't no
Live
editing.
t- no.
It's no joke. It's
no
no
joke.
joke.
No joke.
And you want to be on your A game too, so you stay up all week practicing.
Yeah.
I want to say, that for the listening audience, for me, I think it's super, super important that elected officials have the opportunity to be their authentic selves and not be on guard all the time. They get enough of, well, what are you going to do about this? And how about that? And how come you didn't do this here? And you're not doing enough of this over here. So, when you come here, I try my best to make it a relaxed situation.
We appreciate
where we
that.
like family. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said in the beginning that I'm not putting y'all on the hot seat and trying to call nobody out. We talked about politics because y'all brought up politics. It wasn't because we brought it up. Y'all brought it up and we continued the conversation. But again, I appreciate the organic conversation that we've been having, and it allows for the listening audience to be able to see you two as human beings and not as public figures.
Yeah.
So,
and I will say, gentlemen, this is a dope interview because again, Ray would have been like this. My body would have been here, but everything.
And I'll say I can appreciate y'all bringing your families.
Yeah.
I think that was dope. When I opened the door and I seen all the people, I'm like, yes. You know what I'm saying? They brought the family with them. And this is cool. We all about that over here.
But I think people want to know that people that are politicians or whatever, that you guys are normal people.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
And go through the same trials and tribulations that we do. And,
Absolutely.
And hopefully we all want the same things to happen for the community.
Right.
Before I got here, I was on I was talking on Capital One. Hold on, I'm putting my payment in now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm late.
That's why I said, by you having your ears to the street and knowing who's who to deal with,
Yeah.
that will keep you on top. And all those artists, like if you go back to the blueprint, Michael Jackson did the same thing.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I'm saying?
Either one of you sing or rap?
He used to. He had.
So I got a question for you, Ray.
He had a freestyle. He had a freestyle back in the day.
I got a question for you, Ray.
He was
Let us do a
16.
freestyle,
He
Chris.
was 16 Massachusetts.
Chris, you gonna drop your 16?
Ray, who won, Drake
Yeah.
or Kendrick?
Wait, hold on. No answer that. He's trying to get off that 16. He's trying to get off that.
16 Massachusetts.
Uh-oh.
What's up? You gonna
Come
drop
on, you
that
got to
16,
drop
bro?
that 16.
Street.
You not gonna drop the 16?
Hey,
remember that.
this is about to
That was
take
fun.
Chris to another level now. Go ahead, bro. Drop that 16.
Chris?
When I graduated, I think I might have been like a senior in high school or freshman in college.
Everyone thought they was a rapper. back
Yeah,
then.
we had like an entertainment company called ETC.
Earning the commission.
Earning the commission. So
Oh.
I used to bring like rappers from the neighborhood to one of our friends' house, and he had a studio. He was also making beats. So we put together a compilation of just local artists.
Whoever has that got a gold.
Yeah.
I had like 2 tracks on that song.
And
Oh,
the
wow.
rep was on there rapping.
Yeah.
On the verse. I don't know if he wants to.
No.
You don't want to
I know,
spit that?
I know he remembers.
So Ray, who won? Who won, Drake or Kendrick?
To him,
No,
right?
no.
I think everybody knows the answer to that.
Okay.
Everybody knows.
Wait, who won?
Kendrick.
Easy.
Oh, I don't
Yeah, I think.
Oh.
Look, when you talk about.
But,
I-
okay,
I
hold
don't
on.
know- I don't know if the
Let
rapper
me
agrees
tell.
with you, Mark.
Let me,
Go
no,
ahead,
no.
go ahead.
I don't think the
I
rapper
agree.
agrees with you.
Go ahead.
Now that Not Like Us is going crazy, like
Yeah,
back
yeah.
to back did.
Yeah.
When against.
Yeah, Not Like Us
the-
is dope.
But
Yeah.
so, I had 6. I did 6 commencement speeches, right, from middle school to high school and high school, right, high school to college, and I was talking about Not Like Us. I was breaking down Not Like Us, and having kids think about like they're not like you.
Right.
You guys are from a different cloth. You're from Boston. Da 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 da.
Right.
So I get off stage. You hear like at least 40 kids. Drizzy Drake, Drizzy Drake, Drizzy Drake, how you could do that rap? Drizzy Drake.
Right.
Then, walking through the crowd, they're like, Drake won, right? Drake won, right? So that's
Nah,
why.
Kendrick.
Yeah. No one, I say, in between 8th grade to seniors in high school, they think Drake won. Period.
Right.
You guys think
Kendrick.
Kendrick.
What do you think?
What do I think?
Generation.
Yeah.
Who you
Not
want the
Like
votes
Us
from?
is that's on a back to back. If you take out Not Like Us,
Yeah.
Drizzy won.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna tell you, right?
That Not Like Us hit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, right?
Different.
When I was listening to the two, I was like, yo, Drake's killing him.
Yeah,
Drake's killing him.
killing it.
Drake's killing him. Then I was like, wait a minute,
exactly.
what is this?
Yep.
Hold up. And then you listen to the words, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Kendrick definitely did a back-to-back on Drake.
And
Because you got to remember, when Drake, what was the song before back-to-back? Whatever that song was that he put out before back-to-back, it was kind of corny.
Yeah.
it was
But
sweet.
then
He said it was kind of cool.
he came back with back-to-back,
It was
and
It was
it.
rap.
smashed. Yeah, it was crazy. But
That
yeah,
was-
it's
that was
not
a
like
club
us.
song.
That definitely.
Yeah.
They not
Yeah,
like
Not
us.
Like
Yeah,
Us
Like
is a
Us is
club
cool
song
too, right?
Yeah.
Listen, they
Not too many rap disses become club songs.
Exactly.
yeah. This
gotta look this
they
up.
not like us is going bananas. They're playing it
Bananas.
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. It's crazy.
Me and Rick Ross got beat up because he played it in Canada.
Yeah. That listen.
Wow.
I think it was a bad decision on
A
behalf
very
of Rick
bad
Ross.
decision.
Bad decision.
Very
you gotta,
bad.
You got to know the audience.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
He got
He
beat up.
played
I didn't
the
even see
song
video.
and went out in the audience.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
if
he
he's
tried to like.
Oh man, he was out
man.
with the people.
Yeah,
and they
I think the DJ got knocked out.
They jumped on him. Yeah, they jumped on him.
Security got knocked out.
You know, look, when you are
That's a bold
in a
person.
place, right? You know, look, in my mind, going to Canada, he is their golden child. He's like Tom
Can't
Brady,
do no- yeah.
right? He's like Tom Brady is to us, right? So you go to Canada and you play. You already have said a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
disparaging things about Drake, and you're going to Canada.
Yep.
Right.
Then you come out in the audience. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Come on, man. That's their golden child.
lot
So
of
yeah, I
people got beat up
expected
that day.
something's gonna happen.
Right, and it's not even your song.
Yeah. So he played it,
Exactly.
and,
Yo-
and yeah, they lit him
Not
up.
your
Yeah.
scene, not your song.
Did y'all see the video?
I'm watching it now.
Oh, it was horrible.
It was
horrible.
bad.
I
Yeah.
got you, Kendrick. I ain't even heard the song.
I feel
just
bad.
downloaded it.
Yeah.
For I feel bad that happened.
Yeah.
To Rick Ross. I don't think anything like that should ever happen.
No, we don't promote. We don't promote violence.
At all.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you got to be
Absolutely.
more strategic
Yeah, yeah.
and
just-
know the crowd, like Marv said.
Yeah, know your audience, man.
Yeah.
You can't go to Canada, doing that to Drake and
Exactly.
think
Like-
it's gonna be okay.
Like Drake is not going to Compton.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Right.
Drake is not going to Compton, calling out Kendrick. It's
Yeah.
just not going to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, man, listen, I definitely appreciate y'all coming through, man. This is real. This is dope. Having y'all come and for us just to be able to, take off the mask and just have a real serious, solid conversation, amongst men and women.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
and we appreciate you for having an outlet like
Pressuring
this.
you? Pressuring you?
It was easy when you sat down. He was like, "Yo, what do you say? I'm bringing the goons out if you guys don't show up." No, I honestly think black radio is very important to the community. Getting the word out there and making sure people are listening.
Yeah.
You guys have been pillars in the community before the radio, and now that this radio's here, it's just propping what you got to say out there more. And one thing that I got something special next session.
Yeah, no, we're gonna be.
Yeah.
We'll be making some major announcements.
Yeah.
On this radio station.
Yeah.
We're gonna commit to a quarterly check-in with you guys, and we're looking forward to the continued conversation and partnership, because that's what
Absolutely.
this is, man.
Yeah.
You guys are helping us get our ideas and connecting us with constituents and the people of Boston. So just thank you for allowing this space and creating it.
Absolutely. My goal is really about uplifting community, making sure that we create opportunities and provide the community with the information and the
what it's
resources
about.
needed in order for the community to thrive. So this is just so dope. And I tell everybody, like, whenever folks come through, I tell them, don't forget us. When folks are running for office, and I tell them, straight up, don't get in the chair and forget that we exist. We're here, and we are absolutely about community. So if you are about community, then you're about us.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's just it, man. And I'm just so humbled by having the two of you in here.
Yeah, and don't forget, I'm sorry to cut you off. September 3rd, get out to vote.
And also big shout out, was it to Walt? Because
Walt,
I
my
just
man,
gotta
Walt
I,
Weasley.
when people are engaging, man, we just gotta just like
Yeah.
encourage that, and
Yep.
anyone else listening, call in, show up to hearings, like engage, right?
Yep.
So just big shout out to Walt for calling in, man, asking that question,
And
wanting to get more involved. But yeah,
And one of the craziest things, and I blame myself on this too. I'm a part of healthcare finance, so anything to do with drugs and money comes into this committee. And we were talking about pharmacy deserts. Then sat down. If you ever been in the State House, they have a podium of everyone, all the legislators up. Then have a hall full of people that's ready to testify. And I looked around. If you could tell me how many black people were in that room. After
Where was it?
It was in the State House after
Fine.
they just closed the Walgreens in Dudley, the Walgreens on Warren. They're talking about closing different other Walgreens, and we're talking about pharmacy desert that impacts black people.
Right.
How many black people? You said 5.
I would say 2.
2.
3.
1. Me.
Wow.
Damn.
And I looked around. I was like, "This is crazy." I had to talk to the chair. I was like, "This is crazy." Then you have white people talking about an issue that doesn't affect them.
Nothing to do with them.
Doesn't affect them. We don't have a problem. What? Like, I just and the thing I like about the State House is a black man that is a state rep in the Cape, right? So his name is Kip Diggs, and he's a part of the committee too. I was like, "You guys just closed 2 in my district." So Kip was like, the guy was like, "Yeah, it's a money thing." So Kip Diggs was like, "You guys just opened 4 in the Cape," and I was like, "The only demographic difference is he has a lot more white people. Mm-hmm. He's predominantly white, and I represent the most people of color in Massachusetts. So what do you? It can't be money. What is? I won't say that. But next week, I'll make sure I call Marvin and shoot Marvin text. We got a bill that's coming out about pharmacy desert that I'm excited to get passed.
Right.
Do you guys have someone in my head? I'm just thinking about. I can't even think of her name because I feel like she's not that bright, but she got her position. The lady that goes.
I didn't want to know her name now. I didn't want to know her name.
Yo.
We can put this camera off.
Yo.
You trying to start trouble?
Yo.
She's talking about somebody that lives in Missouri.
Yeah.
Right. No, she doesn't live in Boston.
She doesn't live in
Oh, okay.
She lives in
Okay.
Boston.
What we do is also we hear, from the community on, what their expertise is or what their passion is, right? So, financial literacy. So if there's a movement happening financial literacy,
There is.
exactly. We know who to call, right? Because, like I said, like we gotta be strategic as well at the same time.
Yeah.
All right. There it is.
No,
wanna shout
we're not
anybody
hard
out?
to find. I remember one of my favorite city council when he was running for state rep. No, when he was running for city council, he left his cell phone number and mailed it out to
Whole district.
30,000 people with his cell phone number. And he still has that same cell phone number. That's Councilor Warrell.
Wait, you're not gonna put his phone number on
He
the
gonna put it-
billboard?
Yeah, I'm about to. I like that.
Like, look, you did it already.
But we're not hard to find.
But yeah, no, I appreciate this conversation.
We got like 3 seconds. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
couple.
Go ahead.
Like
Go
a
ahead.
minute.
Go ahead.
Michael Jackson or Prince?
Oh,
MJ.
Prince.
thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Y'all brothers look different.
Why don't
New
you call
Edition
anymore?
or Jackson 5?
New
5.
edition.
4.
Man, you would.
3.
I mean, it's Boston,
I can't
man.
say that.
Go against Boston. I'm gonna not be able to get elected.
Yeah.
Whitney Houston or Mariah Carey? 5.
Whitney.
4.
Whitney.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I got one more. This is a favorite.
Yeah.
Brandy or Monica? 5.
Oh, man.
4.
Go ahead.
Let's hear
3.
it.
Who you going with first?
2. You got one?
Monica. I'll go
I'm
Monica.
going Brandy. Wasn't Brandy y'all era?
Yes. Yes.
It was our era.
You know what?
Monica was our era.
No.
It was-
Brandy was. Both of them was.
But
Both of
Brandy
them were.
wasn't more
My whole
recent.
show, right? All
Ray
my
J,
co,
you
all my
got Ray
co-hosts
J's
there against.
sister over Ray
Brandy
She
was
crazy.
different. Brandy was different.
She crazy.
All right.
But that's a
J.
bigger debate for
you got
another time.
Michael over Prince. You got Prince over Michael.
All
Well,
day.
see, that's
Why
a
don't you call
now see,
anymore?
now see that's fighting words right there. But I ain't
Yeah.
gonna get into that. Listen, I like Brian, so I ain't gonna get into that.
Big Corvette.
MJ all day.
I don't think you ran down Prince's catalog.
I don't think you ran down.
Hold on, Ma. I never asked you that question, Ma. Prince or Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson.
Okay.
All day.
Easy.
All right.
Hey, listen, I love Prince. Don't get me.
I
Don't
love
get into
Prince,
it. I love Prince,
but
but
Michael
Michael
just-
Jackson.
I don't.
Yo, hold on.
I don't understand how everybody could go against him.
Hold on.
Hold on. New conversation now.
I remember growing up when Michael used to go on tour and watching the high. People used to faint. Like
Yeah,
like,
exactly,
yo, what
exactly.
are they fainting about?
Yeah.
Yo, then when he
There
pulled
was
out,
ambulances outside of his
Yeah.
concerts.
Yeah.
then when he hit the moonwalk,
The
then he
money
did
was right.
Oh,
when he
forget
did the
about it.
lean.
When
he did
about
the
it.
lean.
Forget about it.
What are we talking about? When we did the lean.
But you gotta
Prince-
hit Nicki. Have
Prince-
you ever heard that song, Nicki?
Prince changed
Yes.
the game.
Yo, but No,
I mean, he could play
Prince
all the
changed the
instruments.
game.
He could play all the instruments,
did.
Brian. We know that.
In his
He
vocal
could play all the
range,
instruments.
in his
Everything look
vocal
cool.
range too.
Prince made everything look
Hold on.
cool.
Hold on, Mark.
Made
Watch this.
everything look cool.
Watch this. Name a artist that premiered their video on national TV.
Let's go. 5,
I'm not.
4,
I'm not
3, 2.
I'm not saying.
Yo,
I remember where I was. We was at Grandma's
Grandma's house
house
in the kitchen.
watching
Watching on the TV about this big.
the whole family was there watching
Everyone.
it. Everybody. And that was every time a Michael Jackson
was
video
able to
came out.
do
That
it.
wasn't just that one.
Then you know what's crazy? As soon as it was over, the phone just started ringing. You see that? Yo,
Michael Jackson went on stage with James Brown.
Oh,
Michael Jackson told James Brown to invite Prince on stage. James Brown he wasn't checking for Prince. He had Michael.
That's because
Michael,
Prince
come over here, Michael.
good.
Exactly.
Michael Jackson
Michael
said,
bigger.
Michael said,
Because Michael
Prince is out
was
there
the
in the
guy.
audience.
No,
Yeah.
he was
Can you
just
invite
more
Prince
well
on
known.
stage?
He was more well known.
Why?
He was
Prince
definitely well known.
I don't
Yeah.
understand why people is looking past what Michael Joseph Jackson has
I
done.
got a question.
Yeah.
Maxwell or I'm trying to think of who like the Michael Jackson of that time is. Who would be the Michael Jackson of like the Maxwell era?
The Maxwell era.
Lenny Kravitz.
the Michael Jackson of that time?
Nah. You saying Michael Jackson of that time?
I don't
Michael,
know if there is one.
I don't know if there is
I mean,
one
not a
around
Michael, but
that
like
time.
a more
In that
like a
genre.
more popular person, right?
that
than
can
Maxwell.
compare with Maxwell.
Right. 'Cause
You
Maxwell
gotta
wasn't-
say, you gotta
Maxwell
say
wasn't
like
the
I would
most
say
popular
Jesse
person.
Powell. You gotta say like Jesse Powell in that
Maxwell
time.
was-
You gotta say because
he's
they both had
amazing.
them high voices. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
like
here
them
we go.
high voices.
So Maxwell or Luther?
Come on.
a chair is not a chair.
Well,
Listen,
Luther
But
yeah,
Vandross.
not
Maxwell-
a whole lot that can stand up to Luther.
That's true. That's
Not a
true.
whole
That's
lot
true.
to say.
Big
I gotta find
big
I
or
gotta find-
little Luther.
I gotta find another comparison where
Yeah.
Big or little Luther.
Where I believe Prince was more talented than Michael.
Oh, okay, you could say, and again, we
I
could
would say more
You
talented.
could I wouldn't even
I
say
mean,
more
being
talented.
able to play
He-
multiple
he's able to play.
instruments
He's
like
able to
that
play.
is
He's
neat.
able to play all the instruments. Yes, that's cool. But who had
Somebody phone
more?
ringing.
Who had more of a cultural impact?
Now that's Diamond and Pearls right here.
He said it's a phone call. No.
I thought it was phone ringing.
A to the M.
Is that what y'all want to do?
They are doing a versus right
Is
now.
that what you want to do?
Yo,
But
Wait,
see,
but
I
listen.
got to bring y'all on my show, man, the Ray Royale Experience, and we'll talk more about those back and forths. Okay. I can't be with you. I just can't stop loving you.
Okay, so Brian, what you got? Oh, that's the comeback. Okay,
Hey.
what you got, Chris?
Come on. End of the conversation. End of the conversation.
I don't think you. Hey, Brian, you got anything for that? You got a comeback for that?
Nothing. Bye.
just that.
Bye.
Look,
I got you.
just like-
I got you.
Bye.
Purple Rain. You got to put on Purple Rain.
Of course.
Oh Lord. Here we go.
Hold on.
All you gotta do is
know
play.
how many
All you gotta do is play Thriller, bro.
Yep.
That's all you
I
gotta do
don't
is
even want to
play.
play Thriller.
Oh, see. Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
Hold on.
Yo,
I'm going on YouTube.
he's sweating.
Let me go.
I'm going on YouTube.
Yo,
Hold on.
how many of y'all had the church socks trying to do the moonwalk in the crib? Michael is that.
Michael's a bad
dude.
man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
This was a favorite.
Yeah.
This was definitely a favorite.
On the motorcycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, and he had a whole different sound.
Keep going.
People weren't doing
No, but
this.
thank you. Shut down, please, Jeff.
They were.
Yeah, thank you. And he had his little sister. He had his little sister on vocals back then. Shout out to Janet Jackson. His little sister was on vocals.
Baby, to come from me.
If you ask
Little Corvette?
if you ask the population of all people, who knows more Michael Jackson songs or more
Of course,
Prince songs?
Michael Jackson
They
songs
know
over
more
there.
Michael Jackson songs,
Absolutely.
my friend.
You got to be a real Prince fan. Oh, man.
I didn't want to hit you hard. I'm just giving you jabs.
Your brother still trying to save you, Brian, from the
I
hypocrisy
didn't
that's
want to play
going on
Man
right
in
now.
the Mirror, Beat It.
Oh, my goodness.
gosh.
Yeah.
Come on, Brian. Still,
I didn't even play
he's still
Thriller.
searching for songs, Marv. Brian's still searching for songs.
Come on,
Okay. All right.
That range right there. Like, what he was doing things that people were never even thinking of doing with
Oh
their
my God.
voice, bro.
Can
Hey,
you
look.
turn that down?
That
Please?
range. Yo, come
Thank you,
on,
sir.
man.
Turn that down, please.
Thank you, sir.
Yo.
Come on. Thank you, sir. Can't mess with that. You just remember the video in your head. I don't remember another. I don't remember anything about Prince,
The
Brian.
whole production.
I don't remember anything about Prince, Brian.
And he want to. He want to.
And I will also say this: Michael has a bigger catalog.
He does.
He had a longer run than Prince did. And he was making
Yo,
music
we
up until.
we could come by next time. I'll pick 10 Michael. I'll pick 4 Michaels to your 4 Princes. It's
No, we're
not
gonna
even
do 10. We'll
close.
do 10.
I didn't even hit a whip.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. When Michael started doing stuff like that, it's wild.
Yeah.
It was a social media post. Mama said, Mama side, Mama side, Mama
Mama
side.
side.
Yo, it was
We
like,
started
you
doing
know he
stuff
didn't
like
say
that.
that, right? He said, I'm not going to say it again. Yo, he said, I'm not going to say it again.
They turned that mama say, mama sa, mama kusa. They turned that into, I'm going to say it one more time, I'm not going to stop. Right? And I'm like, huh?
I was confused. I
Yeah.
was like, no, that did not happen.
Yo, but
I had, back then they had the albums, right, where the words were written out for
Yep.
each song.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So I had to go to the album and pull it out, and I'm going to say, is this say I'm going to say it one more time? They said, mama say, mama sa, mama kusa.
Okay.
Those were the lyrics of that song. Yeah.
Yo,
I'm
that
like,
was,
huh?
yo,
It's
but
one of my favorite Prince songs. I think he might have been playing the piano when he was doing it.
look, Brian's still going. He's still
yeah.
trying to get him on his side.
You want me to shut it down?
Shut
now?
him down, please.
Shut
You
it
don't
down.
Take it
know Prince
home.
Like, I got it.
Take it home.
You don't know Prince like this.
Let me, you done?
He might have been playing the piano. And he was.
Marv, let me know when you want me to shut it down. Ray,
Go ahead.
and Bob,
Shut it down, please.
Drop it.
This is
Drop
it.
the bomb.
Take it home.
Hold on, let me take it home right now.
I still.
Hold on, you done?
Hold on. Let me get one verse.
All right, watch this. I'm gonna shut it down.
Hold on. Let me just get to the hook.
You're gonna need the whole hook.
By my side, baby. There you go.
All right, shut it down. Shut
Shut
it
it
down.
down, please.
Yo, this want me throw my phone out the window. Watch it.
All right. Okay.
I'm still all alone. Come on, Sean.
Could this be?
Oh, man.
Brian, you know who wrote this song, Brian?
Here with me. Never say goodbye.
Yo,
Come on, Brian. You got to sing it.
Did you have to go and leave my world so cold?
Come on now. Let's go, y'all. Sing it, everybody.
Look at Brian. He's like, I lost.
I ain't gonna lie. Michael got bigger hits. I'm aware.
nobody.
Limitations.
At least he bowed down gracefully.
Great.
There it is. That's all I want to say.
Yeah.
That's all that's how you know.
He's a dancer.
He's a
Chris
cultural
Brown is
icon.
a dancer.
Yeah.
There is no, you have not seen in music history anyone
Anyone,
else.
even
and
close.
I
Like
seen
Prince.
And I
You haven't seen Prince?
No, what you said, we haven't seen another
Yep,
Prince.
have
No,
not
there's,
seen
I
another
mean,
Prince.
there- there's a female Prince out here right now running the streets. Her. She does all the
She
same
do,
stuff
yeah.
he was doing.
Got Prince and everybody else.
You know what I'm saying? And look,
Yeah.
no, listen, I am
Ain't too many
not.
different Princes.
I am not
It's
knocking
not.
down
It's not.
Prince.
It's not.
I am not
Not
knocking
at
down
all.
Prince. I will
Not
never
at all.
knock down
Yeah.
Prince. Prince was
Not
an
at all.
amazing artist. But one
of the
but
best.
One of the best of all time. But when
Absolutely.
we talk about all around talent, talent.
Prince wins.
No.
You can't say
No,
Michael was
no,
all
look.
around
No,
talent.
when I talk, I'm talking about
You
every.
can't say
yeah.
Prince
All the
was
categories.
Michael
I'm
was
talking about all the
around
categories.
All the
He
categories.
doesn't check off all the categories. Sorry.
Aside from dancing.
Michael does
Michael
not
doesn't
check
play
off all the
instrument.
categories.
Tell me
I'm
what
sorry.
category he doesn't check
Play the
off.
He
instrument.
doesn't play instruments. He does not play
Yeah.
So
instruments.
look.
How do you know what this man plays?
He never did it.
I know. He never
Because
did
he
it.
was-
Hold on.
he
Hold on.
never did it in
Hold on.
front of y'all.
Let me ask you a question.
all those
Do y'all know that? Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Do y'all know that Bobby Brown plays the drum?
Yeah.
Y'all do you know Bobby Brown can play the
Yeah,
drums?
yeah.
He lying.
He,
No,
yeah.
no,
He
no,
did
bro.
it.
No.
He did it when
I'm
it-
not talking about you're lying. He lying. He didn't know that.
I know that.
That's what I'm saying. Just because they don't do it all the time
All right,
doesn't
I'm gonna
mean
say this. I'm gonna say this. The fact that Prince would do it at the same level that he's singing just show you at the level that he's good at it.
All right, but listen.
But the fact that he'll
hold
play
on, hold on. Watch
in
this.
front of a whole
Watch this,
stadium
Ray.
to show you how
Wa-
confident he is.
Watch
doing those
this.
things.
There's only like
Nobody's
4
arguing
people.
that Michael can't
There's
sing
only
and
4.
dance.
There's only one person
Yeah.
that did it on the one person.
That's not true.
Beyonce and Michael
And
do it
Chris
on the
Brown.
same.
and Chris Brown now. And Chris
Chris
Brown now.
Breezy.
But Chris Brown ain't even
Breezy.
selling
And-
out
and
like
you got my
Beyonce
guy.
and Michael.
No, that's true.
Who's
Be-
my
That's
guy?
hold on, hold on.
That's
You
true.
can't say
That's
Chris
true.
Brown.
Mars.
No, you can't say
Bruno Mars too.
Bruno Mars is.
Bruno Mars too.
No.
He's close.
Wait,
He's
wait.
close,
Wait,
but
you
not
know-
there. He's close,
Bruno
but not.
Mars-
Bruno
Not
Yeah.
yet.
Mars is not a Michael
He's
Jackson.
Yeah.
not Michael Jackson.
I mean,
He's
singing
not
and
Michael
dancing.
Nobody's
Jackson.
gonna be a
No
Michael
one's
He's
Jackson.
dope though. Don't get it wrong.
Yeah,
Don't
I'm
get it
not
twisted.
saying-
He's dope.
But I'm just saying,
When
like,
it comes to Prince, you mentioned one
maybe,
person.
a maybe two.
What's my guy's name that play? Anderson .Paak. Man, he play the drums and
But he's
sing
not.
and
He
do all that.
He didn't reach those. He never reached those heights.
But again, you
Chris
said
Brown never reached those heights.
yeah.
Yeah, what?
Even
Chris Brown can't sell out Gillette 3 days.
that's a fact.
Chris Brown can't
That's
go to
true.
Tokyo and make people
He
faint.
ain't done yet.
Nobody's gonna
Okay,
be-
there's only one.
Nobody's gonna
In our
be
day
able
and
to do
age,
it.
there's only one Michael
There's a
Jackson.
Beyonce there.
And there's Beyonce.
And you know
Yeah.
what? And I
Beyonce's
think,
not even
listen,
near it yet.
let
but
me-
she's
let me
close.
tell you
She'll
something.
sell out Gillette in 3 days.
yo, let me say, if
There's
Chris
not.
Brown,
No Prince.
if Chris Brown never got into that beef with Rihanna, Chris Brown would have been
Oh,
just
yeah.
as
Yeah. I
equally
agree.
as big as Michael Jackson.
You're right.
Absolutely.
I agree with
I
that.
do believe that.
I believe that, yeah.
I wholeheartedly believe
But
that.
there's no one that
You're
has.
still
There's
not
no
coming
Prince.
up with any other Prince.
There's no Prince that will sell out Gillette like Prince.
I don't
Sell
think
out Gillette?
I don't
When
think
did
Prince is
Prince
selling
sell
out
out Gillette?
Gillette.
He would've.
No, he wouldn't.
No, he
Prince-
wouldn't, have, man.
Prince
I
doing
don't
a
think
show
Prince
when
is
it
selling
sell
out
out
Gillette.
Biggest
Gillette.
show he had was Super Bowl.
Yep, facts.
That
biggest show he had was Super
wasn't a
Bowl.
football stadium.
That was in a
Because
football
they was looking
stadium.
at the
Biggest show he had,
Yep.
Super Bowl.
yo.
I mean, the biggest artist sell out does Super Bowl.
Michael did Super Bowl.
Yeah, so did Prince.
And killed it.
Michael killed it.
Oh my
My-
And
God.
only thing y'all remember is the Purple Rain solo.
Yeah.
Oh, he was playing it. That's all y'all remember. That y'all don't remember nothing else about that performance.
Michael killed it. Michael.
Y'all don't remember nothing else about that performance.
You know,
Michael is a stage performer. He
He is.
has every other artist, like you said, there's Michael and everybody else, right?
Right.
Every other artist would love to be able to take over an entire stage without a dance group in addition to them. Michael knew how to do it.
Yeah,
he
he
was
did.
amazing at
Yeah.
that. But Michael was not as talented
That's all
and
I'm
well
saying.
versed in the music
if
industry.
we're talking about
besides singing
if
and
we're
dancing
but
and being a performer.
Michael's songs, I hear what you're saying, boss lady, but Michael's songs were all bigger.
Yeah.
They were. I agree with you.
But I want to say that Michael Joseph Jackson is
Have bigger songs.
is the,
I don't know
is
if
the,
he-
is the
I
biggest
don't know if he-
phenomenon that we will ever
Ever.
see. Period.
Ever.
I mean,
It's just a
Ever.
fact.
yeah.
If-
I grew up in the '90s, man. So
Yeah.
like '90s R&B to me was
Right.
Yeah,
was everything.
I remember
Boyz II
listening to
Men,
Boyz II
Jodeci.
Men and writing their lyrics and handing it to girls. Like, oh,
Oh, of course.
baby,
Yeah. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I was breaking up with shorties like
She remembers some of those
notes. They had people
Remember
like
when we used to have school dances?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they would throw on that soul song
Oh.
from
Yeah.
Boyz II Men.
man,
That's when
ain't
you
a
gonna-
person
that's
out
when
there
you
that
gonna
can't
find
go.
your
We
girlfriend.
belong together.
Yo,
Ain't no-
when the deep, I used to go tighter to the whoever I was dancing with, like, baby.
You just don't understand how much
I
I love
love
you.
you.
Do you? I'm here for you.
Shut up! No,
Maybe I'll forgive you.
Y'all are crazy, man.
Maybe you try. Drew Hill or Jagged Edge? Who y'all rolling with? Drew Hill.
Drew
or
Hill.
Jagged?
Drew Hill.
Drew Hill?
easy.
Oh, boss lady. Yes, I mean I'm an avid Drew Hill fan.
Tell us who you are.
Got a special
Savannah.
guest.
Hi, Savannah.
Man, which one of these gentlemen are your daddy?
That one.
What's your daddy's name?
Christopher.
So, can you sing?
No.
She's a dancer.
You're a dancer? All right, all right. Well, you keep dancing. Keep up the good work, all right? Be proud of your daddy?
Together.
All right. You ready to go eat?
Yeah.
You got to ask who's paying.
Oh, who's paying?
Daddy.
Brian.
Uncle Brian.
Uncle Brian's paying.
Well, guess what, Savannah? You ain't ready to eat.
You got that money?
Listen.
I'm outnumbered, man. My son came and he only 17 months. I can't even call him back up.
Goodness.
Uncle Brian, you got that money.
You got that money.
Thank you, Savannah.
Right. Let's do. I'm coming with Boyz II Men and Michael. And anyone.
I'm gonna lose.
Oh,
I'm coming with a versus.
I'm with
know
you,
what?
Prince.
I'm with Prince. I think he's just more talented. If we were to do a versus, I know I will lose. I understand that. But we could pick. Let's do rap. Let's do new age rap or something like that.
New age rap?
Yeah, new rappers. I'm talking about the new rappers.
new rappers,
Get
them out of here.
I think Kendrick or somebody like that. But I think we agree with rappers who's the best rapper of all time.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Tupac.
Jay.
Who's that?
Jay-Z.
Tupac.
Jay-Z?
Jay.
Tupac.
Nah, man.
I gotta go now.
Yeah.
Now I gotta go. You
but-
gave this. Yo,
He said of all time.
can't.
Jay.
Of all time.
Are you
I can't do
serious?
that.
But if we
Are
were
you
to,
serious?
it's the same Michael Jackson argument that you got.
Huh?
Jay-Z's the best.
What? It's
Oh,
the same
my
thing.
goodness.
Like
Tupac
in terms
Shakur.
of catalog, Jay-Z
Tupac,
got,
Amaru
Tupac.
Shakur.
Jay-Z got a
Y'all
way
heard Machiavelli?
bigger
Have
catalog.
you ever heard Machiavelli?
I've heard all of. I've heard it.
Listen.
But Jay-Z, song
I'm
for
with you,
song,
boss lady.
song for
I'm
song,
with you.
song for song, Jay-Z
Tupac
gonna
Shakur.
beat Tupac.
Who's beating Tupac?
Jay-Z.
I don't think so.
You'll never.
I don't
you
think
serious?
so.
Never.
Tupac definitely had an incredible catalog.
He has.
There's a lot of music that Tupac did that never got officially
That's
released.
true.
I agree. I think
This
This dude
like,
came out of jail and did like 10 albums,
Jay-Z
bro.
is
Like,
2024 and Jay-Z is still rapping.
That's because he wasn't battle rapping. He wasn't. Jay-Z was not gangster rap.
this
you
right
can't
here-
compare the two. They're
Well,
two different types of rappers.
remember, Tupac didn't start off with gangster rap.
Yo, he's not black.
And
He's
he was
OJ.
still dope.
Okay.
So my co-host J.O. said Jay never ruled his generation. That's true.
What?
He had to share it. He had to
Who?
share
Who?
it. DMX, bro.
Oh man, stop.
Yo,
Come on.
let's wrap this in.
Yeah, we gonna-
DMX, bro.
Yeah, we
Yo,
gonna-
DMX.
Yeah.
DMX.
Tell
Even
him.
had women.
Listen,
rapping
we could come
DMX.
back on your show.
And Nelly sold more records than Jay-Z did.
We
if
could come
wanna
back.
talk.
We could come back on your show,
Uh-huh.
and we could do versus Jay-Z versus DMX. Y'all getting
Jay-Z
embarrassed.
versus
Again,
DMX.
again.
You think we're gonna get murdered?
Yes.
Murder.
Wow.
Yeah.
DMX has some bangers.
Yeah.
Definitely
man.
has some
But
bangers.
Ain't no
when we
disagreeing.
start going back,
So whose concert you going to? Jay-Z or DMX concert? I'm going to the DMX concert.
because he's dead. Yeah.
No, 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 bro.
If you can bring a man back to life, I'm going to his concert.
Everyone gonna be.
I'm going to be.
Everyone gonna be that
You ain't nothing for that. No, seriously, I would have went to a DMX
No, I would have
concert.
went to Jay.
I'm not
DMX.
going to a Jay concert. Like,
Jay,
yo,
DMX might be a better performer than Jay-Z.
He definitely is.
Yeah.
He definitely is.
But I'm talking about for a
Jay-Z
rapper, song for
was
song,
So you
Jay-Z
saying
was
that
soft.
Jay-Z
is a better
is the
Jay-Z
best
was
rapper of
soft.
all time?
All
Of
time.
all the rappers
All
that you
time.
heard in this
I agree.
ever,
in this
ever,
lifetime.
ever.
And
Ever.
every rapper you heard in this lifetime.
Ever.
The only one I probably put close to him,
Biggie. I like
Exactly.
Biggie.
Bro.
Exactly.
And I hear what y'all saying, but it's sad that y'all don't even mention Nas in this conversation.
Yeah,
Of course, I put
Yeah,
Nas
no,
up there.
Nas
Nas
is
is there.
No.
Okay,
Nas top
so
five.
I want to hear your. So
You can't even put
who's your
Nas
top
with
5 dead
Jay-Z.
or alive? We're gonna end on this note.
The best rapper of all time.
Oh,
Best rapper of all time. Then you got Biggie. It's not in any order, but I'm gonna put the best rapper of all time
Okay.
first. Then you got Nas. Then you got Tupac. Where am I at? 4?
4.
Who am I gonna put on my 5th? I could go Jada. I could go DMX. I could go. I'm trying to think. I wouldn't mind.
DMX
Cause you got
Nas
one
over
more.
Victor
We
Rock.
got one more.
I got to come back to me on my 5th.
Chris, who you got? You thinking hard over there?
I am.
He
I got
thinking hard over there.
I got Jay, Biggie, no order. Nas. I wasn't a Tupac guy. After Pac was in Juice.
Yeah.
Then he started doing gangster rap. But we're not gonna say anything about that. So I got Jay, Biggie, Nas. I put Wayne in there.
You put Weezy. Okay.
Yep. And for the new school, Do I put Drake in my top 5? I'm not
Oh my
sure.
God.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I would never put Drake.
No. I said I'm not sure. And the reason why, besides Biggie, right? And the reason why my top 5's like that, like I remember when Jay dropped the Blueprint. I remember going to Strawberries and picking it up, like, and you could feel that excitement in it.
Right.
So I'm like, Jay is the best.
But
like, because that's my generation.
But no, if Big didn't die,
Oh man, you
Big,
would have the commission.
Been
that's
done.
why I'm talking Tupac, because Tupac was bigger than everyone at this
but
time.
I don't know.
Give
But
respect to
again,
LL.
I'm going back
Ice
to my
Cube.
generation and how I felt picking
Ice
up
Cube.
an
I'm
album.
picking up an album with
And-
CD.
and
Yeah,
being
that
like,
right.
Yeah,
Biggie. Everybody always says Biggie.
I love Biggie.
But Big only put out 2 albums.
Yeah.
If you're talking in terms of material, content,
Yeah.
Big doesn't belong up there when you talk about artists like
In terms of
Jay-Z,
catalog.
Yeah.
when you talk about artists, like even Tupac had more material
Than Big.
than Big.
Was ready.
Big was ready too, ready to die.
Yeah.
But I have a question for you. Who's better, Fab or Jadakiss?
Jada.
I'm going with Jada.
Jada all day.
All day.
Well, we can bring
go-
back. We
go
can bring
back
back
and listen to
DJ
Soul
Clue.
Tape.
He killed the whole Dipset.
Remember, 50
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Cent.
Yo, sick. Yeah,
50
no,
Cent is the
no
biggest
real.
troll on the planet, right? Fab did that diss record against 50 Cent, and 50 didn't say nothing else after that. Now, if you don't remember the song, I'm more than happy to pull it up and play it for you guys.
It's
Hey,
true.
look, man, this has been so much fun.
Listen,
I really appreciate
I'm
y'all
coming
coming,
with.
man.
I'm coming with Michael.
We coming with Soul
I'm
Tape.
coming with Fab.
Jay-Z.
I'm coming with Jay.
I'm Brian Ray of Purple Rain shirt.
Ladies and gentlemen, building, we had such an amazing time. State Rep Chris Worrell and his older brother,
Yes, thank you.
City Council
Yes, thank you.
Brian Worrell, the
Thank you,
Worrell
sir.
brothers in the building. I love it. Thank you so much, gentlemen. For
Thank you
having
guys
me.
for having me.
Hey, keep it locked, y'all. We'll be right back. It's
Yes.
Inside the Ride.
Yeah.